Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Ibrahim Yusuf, standing in today for Adeni Ajishafe, who is actually away on some other engagements. And today we have a bumper package for you on 360 Sports on this show. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to be talking about the FIFA Basketball World Cup qualification. We're going to talk about the stadium handover that was recently concluded. We're going to talk about the police games and, of course, take a look at a review of some matches that actually took place during the midweek and, of course, preview some of the matches coming up as well. Well, with me in the studio to do the show, I'm actually not alone. I'm going to have a very, very strong, or should I say, experienced sports analyst, and that is Sunday Onuyenu. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So it's nice having you on the show.
Yeah, thank
All right.
you.
So together with Sunday, we are going to talk about these wide-ranging issues that I just talked about, I alluded to earlier. So first of all, we're going to go straight into the action. Basketball qualification.
Wow. Basketball qualification was a bit a relief for Nigerians, if you ask me, because over the years we are known to be a basketball nation.
Exactly.
But due to some lingering challenges in the leadership torso, I mean, the Nigeria Basketball Federation, it was more or less like a setback in a bit. Of course, now that the FIBA has given a go-ahead for them to conduct a fresh elections
exactly.
by January 30th, I believe is a headway, is a progression for all Nigerians. And let's not forget the fact that the most important part of this whole scenario is the fact that our D Tigers has made us proud by qualifying. They emerged top. They finished top in the Group A, you know, for the World Cup qualifier. And of course, having slightly lost to the Cape Verde opponent in a 71-79 counter, they bounced back to winning waves. They got their second match, which was very needed, with a familiar folk, somebody, some team that they used to play regularly. That's Mali with 72, just 2-point margin, 72-70. And now they have finally outshined their Uganda opponent to make them top of the group. So there is still positivity in basketball. There is still progression in basketball.
Exactly. That was the point that I was trying to make. I mean, like, you said it was, the first thing you said was it was a relief for us to actually get to be able to qualify. I mean, Nigeria should be seen as a powerhouse in basketball, because when you look at the NBA, we have lots of players of Nigerian extract doing very, very well. So what happens when we come down to the national team? What's the issue there? I feel
is most times common within Africans. Somebody who have tasted power before still want to be there for a longer period of time. He or she does not want to step behind for the other people.
So that's administrative.
In the administrative aspect. Yes. But that should be a thing of the past for us now, if you ask me, because we are 2 million Nigerians and we are looking forward to progression. And let's not forget the fact that basketball is not just trending in the NBA. We have so many products that have made it from grassroots level to colleges in America, even outside America, that are playing in the D League, that are playing in different clubs in Europe, even in Asia. And of course, for a bigger nation, giants of Africa, green, white, green, Nigeria as a whole, we need to shield our sword. We need to let all these administrative torso and challenges get behind us and work together as a house and move forward, because the game of basketball.
If we're talking about putting our house in order, I don't think we actually need FIBA to come and say, okay, we're warning against interference about the election. It's
so touching that it even has to get to that level.
Exactly.
But I, for one, categorically, I would have loved FIBA to have waded into this matter for a while now, or before now, because it has been a lingering issue. It's more than a year. The challenges, the part also has gone beyond a year and two. So for them not to have waded in on time, it makes the whole thing looks as if we are at their mercy. But thankfully, a date has been given, tentatively, 30th January. Let's see how the both parties come together and merge force to ensure basketball grow forward.
Exactly. Basketball growing forward is something that we all should look forward to as Nigerians. Just like we alluded to, basketball is something that we're actually very good at. And we have lots and lots of strong players when it comes to basketball. And administratively, we should try as much as possible to put our house in order so that we can get to where we need to get. Talking about grassroots sports development, we talked about how we can be able to develop grassroots talents. You understand, having government agencies, corporate organizations organizing sports meets and whatnot, so that we can be able to deliver or discover new talents.
Of course.
So like avenues like the police games, you understand, we actually used to produce lots and lots of good athletes. I mean, like Choma Ajunwa was a police officer.
Yes.
We had Julius Agahwa.
Yes, a whole lot of them came from that podium. Just like the Aruna Kodri that came from the grassroots podium and came to Limelight, and even making history for Africa, not just Nigeria now.
Yes.
And that's part of what the minister, Chief Sunday Dari just said an hour ago, while we were at the stadium for the handing over of the football pitch, the newly renovated football pitch for Team Nigeria. I say Team Nigeria because, of course, Super Eagles are going to be playing in that same pitch.
Exactly.
And, of course, Super Falcons and the likes. You know, he is saying now that the Dangote has given massive support to the pitch renovation, and it has been handed over by the contractor to Dangote Group. And the Ministry of Federal Youth of Sports,
yes.
They have received it. They are going to keep the maintenance structure in check to ensure that place is in use, the facilities is in use. It won't be dilapidated, it won't be isolated. And of course, that's a way of encouraging our younger athletes, if you ask me, because if there are better pitches to play football, if there are better facilities to do all other sports, it's going to give us a leverage ahead of other Africa country or neighbors or a rivalry in terms of the world and national
sometimes
podium.
When you talk about all of these, all of our athletes that actually go to other countries to do things, to participate and represent these countries, first thing they tell you is that the facilities are actually not available for them in Nigeria.
Of course.
For them to do these things.
Yes.
So if we can be able to have some things like this, I think it will go along.
It will boost our morale. Yes. It will boost our morale because facilities is very paramount. I was privy to do sports some years ago, even as a grassroots level, as a student also in Nigerian University Games and the likes of representing FCT to a point, not just in basketball, in swimming and some other sports. You see, when the facilities are there, it gives you a confidence of expressing your innate ability, your talent, when it comes to showcasing it. But when you had to rent facilities, when you had to wait for others to finish training, and possibly some occasions you might not have access to the facility, it's disheartening your focus. It disheartening your determination to win Lawrence. I believe is just a way forward for we Nigerians. First, we have to take sport as a business, not just football now. Yes, because we are doing well in football, we are doing well in table tennis, we are doing well in basketball. We are even doing well in gymnastics and of course in weightlifting.
Yes.
Even in wrestling, you know, we've done so well for ourselves in the recent years. Even in athletics, we are doing well. So sport has to be taken as a business, not just a leisure in the country. And from there, our administrators will come into collaboration with private partnership. Just like what the Minister of Youth and Sports said, that they are going to privatize a whole lot of things. They are going to partner with a whole lot of corporate individuals and organizations to ensure sports get to the climax.
So this recent stadium upgrade that we actually have had right now, we have lots of cases in the past whereby we build these facilities and then we launch them. We have a grand opening and all this and handovers and whatnot. But at the end of the day, somewhere along the line, down the years, these things are left to dilapidate and rot. At the end of the day, we don't find them again. Is there any ray of hope for this particular stadium as it is right now?
Of course. like I told you earlier, we were there. I was among those press people there in person. We were exposed to some of the modalities put in place ahead of nurturing and maintaining the newly renovated MKO Abiola Stadium here in Abuja. And of course, they make valuable points, such as, handling over the Surulere National Stadium in due time. It's still under construction. And of course, other stadium has been reconstructed and renovated, the likes of the one in Castina, the one in other states. So I believe for them to have shown us like the nursery pitch. Nursery pitch is more or less where you will get the grass from to replace the fading one, the newly renovated one. We get to a point it will fade. And most especially for the fact that he has said there's going to be a match between the executive arm of government and the National Assembly members next week, Thursday precisely. I think that's a welcoming development for sporting administrator to come and use the facility, the foster or the cohabit to ensure it comes to a glamoring, a looking well format. And of course, he said not just the national team, not just the sporting administrator that will use that pitch. Other teams will be using it, like NPFL teams will be using it. So it's a way forward for we Nigerians. It's a way forward. And I think other stakeholders or corporate sponsors can even come into this angle of building facilities and renovating sporting facilities to encourage athletes.
It's just going back to what you said earlier. We should try to look at sports as a business. It's
of course. If not, it will look as if we are wasting our time, because by the time you got the medals from the national team, national level, that's national youth games or what's it called, grassroots games now, the national youth games, the national sports festival. By the time you get all these medals, even at the Olympics, at the Commonwealth Games, you have to take these facilities mentality somewhere. Look at the North Africans, the way they project their sporting lifestyle, because it's a business to them. The Moroccans, the Algerians, the Tunisians, the Egyptians, they are very confident because they have a plan for their sporting world. Even the so-called South Africans that are close by, a lot of people feel sport is a recreation. It's not just a recreation. It should be made as a business so that we can develop more interest. By the time you're retiring, you can go into sport and make money too. Or you can even invest your resources to ensure you get dividends back. Taking sports seriously as a business is something that we should do in Nigeria, and that is how we can be able to grow sports and be able to make it what it's supposed to be. Sports is actually a unifying factor when it comes to nation building and a lot of things in Nigeria, and that's what we need at this particular moment. So it's still 360 Sports on Trust TV. We'll take a short break right now, but when we return, we'll talk more on sports. Stay with us.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back to 360 Sports on Trust TV. Well, we've been here actually talking about a lot of development when it comes to sporting activities here in Nigeria. But let's talk about something that's actually very close to Nigerian hearts. Football. When you talk sports in Nigeria, the first thing that comes to everybody's mind is actually football. And where best to start than the English Premier League. Midweek fixtures took place. The pick of the pack was Arsenal-Manchester United.
Of course.
So, yes, and it was a thriller. Yes, to a certain degree. It was that we had goals, we had
setting records,
exactly, and we had
euphoria moments.
We had some controversy as well.
Yes, absolutely. in the game of sports, there are always moments like that.
Yes.
But I, for one, I don't really feel it should be necessary most times, the way you look at it. Other people want to say no, the officiating didn't go our favor. But I believe you can still go back and make the correct the impressions by your actions in your next games. Talking about Arsenal playing Man U, I've been a Man U fan over 2 decades now. No sentiment.
Okay.
At the moment, Arsenal is doing well. But if they have what it takes to win the game, they would have won at the first half. Winning in the sense that they would have given us more goals ahead. But come to think of it, it looks as if it was more like 60-40 game in between. And they were like, okay, they needed to be awarded a penalty. I wasn't among the officiating referee. The decision was taken by the referees, sideline referees alongside the major referees. So if they didn't get this win, the league is not over. EPL is much open till January, till February, of course, March. So I think they can go back to the drawing board and get it right. They would have even leveraged on that advantage that Manchester United does not have a standby coach at the moment. But they relax a bit and they allow the man that knows how to do it best to even set a record. Scoring, who has scored 7 or something goes. Now he has scored 2 brace against Arsenal, making it look as if he's unstoppable, and of course he is to a large extent.
Yes,
that's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. So, well, he's a phenomenal player actually, and we a lot of us are actually lucky to have actually witnessed this greatness.
His era of football.
Exactly, exactly.
It's quite enjoyable.
Still talking Arsenal. Some people believe that Arsenal are in a striker crisis right now. Aubameyang not firing on all cylinders. Lacazette a bit up in the air. They're depending on goals from people like Smith Rowe and whatnot. So
and the younger Sakas.
Yes, and exactly, and the Sakas, and they actually come to the fore. Talking about players like Alexandre Lacazette, he's out of contract in a bit, and there are lots of speculation as to who Arsenal actually wants to replace him. Names have been dropped, a lot of names, but one that has just recently come up is Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been doing it for Everton for a while, and he's seen as an ideal replacement. So what's your take on that? Do you think that Dominic Calvert-Lewin will actually be an ideal replacement for Lacazette in Arsenal?
Yes, of course, to a large extent, I think so, because winning championship, you have to make arrangements, you have to make preparations, you have to pay duly for it in a positive way, just like what Man City did. Man City didn't come from anywhere and start winning Premiership. No, they invested a large extent. So I feel for Arsenal to come to not just winning daily matches now or weekend matches, for them to come to the podium of taking the EPL. Now they are winning 10 matches, fine. They have recovered. Now they need to invest more. So buying him as a replacement for Lacazette, I think is a way forward for them. Is a better idea, because they cannot hold on to Aubameyang and Lacazette to give them the needed result at all costs. Look at what happened to them in the semis. I think that was in the Euro when they crashed out against Villarreal. Exactly. That Man U eventually lost to in penalty shootout. They had what it takes to win that match, but they were relaxed. You see, when you have the likes of Neymar, you have the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, so on and so forth. I mean, the big names. It gives you a winning mentality. It gives you a projection, just like what PSG is trying to flaunt now. So I feel if they have bigger players, if they have invested more in buying players now, it will give them a winning booster and morale in order to face matches. So they need more replacements.
All right, so they need those big names to actually bring the winning mentality.
Of course, they need to start signing as soon as possible. In the January windows, they should go into the market and sign as much as they can. They should invest.
So talking about winning mentality, we all know Manchester United is a team that actually has the winning mentality. You understand? They have won, they're winning. But for some time now, things have been a bit rocky for Manchester United. So when you talk about investments and whatnot, there's this story that just came up that they're actually looking for Holland to come and boost.
I think honestly,
and there are even reports in other quarters that they were going to give Ralf Rangnick a certain bonus if he was able to convince Holland to come over to Manchester United. So do you think Holland is the kind of player that Manchester United need right now?
Of course, over the years he has done so well for himself. For him to come to a team like Manchester United with the presence of Cristiano Ronaldo and the new coach and the likes of the young players like Rashford and co, he's going to give what he has for Man U to succeed because he has his own quota to contribute. So I feel Manchester United have not fully recovered now, not just from the coaching or tactical angle now. They are still yet to recover in terms of midfield. They are still yet to recover in terms of attacking. They are still yet to recover in terms of striking. So we need more players as much as we can to be a better chance standing as a contender when it comes to winning the EPL.
But a lot of people actually believe that Manchester United have the players to do that. What they need is a manager. I feel
there is no much time to waste. January windows is closer. If you can't make use of it now, you regret later. So if we buy 2 or 3 more players now, it gives us an edge because the edge you are talking about now, once January begin or February, a lot of these players will fall into fatigue and injury.
Exactly.
And by the time injury setting and fatigue setting, it looks as if the team morale will be dropping. And of course, when the team does not have the charisma of winning or the winning mentality at the back of their mind, it's going to cause a whole lot of setback. So I feel we need more players in Manchester United now.
So in as much as the players are actually needed, just like I alluded to earlier, the manager also comes into play. Let's talk a little bit about Ralf Rangnick. Do you think that he is the right man right now for Manchester United, even if it is at an interim capacity?
Absolutely. He was a very good coach while he was coming from the German side, Leipzig. He is a German. I understand the German a bit, not just speaking fluently, not just the fact that I've visited severally, or I've lived with them. I understand these people are passionate about football. Look at the Spaniards. They are synonymous with football. Look at the Germans. They enjoy football lifestyle, just like when you go to Kano. The same as Ugida side, Kano Pillars. They enjoy not just football, they enjoy sports.
In general.
Anything sports makes them excited. It brings the best in them. That's how the Germans are. So I feel he has a good record. He can contain what they are currently passing through now. I mean, technically. What they need now is a coach telling you what to do at the right time. So the other day, we needed Pogba to come and redeem our image. He just came in and messed up the whole thing, getting a red card.
So you believe Rangnick can have the same kind of success that Klopp and Tuchel actually have in Liverpool and Chelsea?
I'm not too certain about that, if you ask me. I'm not too certain, but I believe
German coaches and the German mentality.
Yes, of course. Yes. I believe he can make some move. He can make some positive contribution, because before now, over the years, a lot of these coaches you're mentioning, Pep Guardiola didn't just come into Premiership and start making waves. He has his previous record that worked for him, even in the Spanish La Liga, even in the German Bundesliga. So it's a gradual process. He is just coming. I believe with time, it will merge up with his previous experience in where he's coming from as a Leipzig coach, and add it to what the Premiership entails to win a trophy.
So it's the Premier League with a German flavor. So we look forward to seeing what Rangnick will be able to pull out in Manchester United. Speaking about Germany, we have some fixtures coming up in the German Bundesliga this weekend, and there are lots of tasty fixtures. I mean, like, the Bundesliga is really an exciting league right now. You have lots of goals coming in here and there, and it's you have Union Berlin playing Leipzig. I mean, like, all these fixtures are very tasty when you look at them. So I think we have something to look forward to over the weekend.
Of course. It's just so touching that Lewandowski didn't even get the slightest chance to taste the Ballon d'Or, having given himself so much profiling, having given his countryside so much support. I believe in the subsequent future he might be lucky.
Yeah, so a lot of people actually thought he was shortchanged even when the event was cancelled last year. I mean, like last year was he supposed to be.
If you would ask me, it looks as if things didn't work out for him.
Yes.
You know, there is what we call talent, there is what we call football luck as well. Look at JJ Okocha, for instance. He had all it takes to win Africa Footballer of the Year in those days.
Yes.
And he gave all he had. And eventually he couldn't even get to taste this victory. I've been to several GloCAF awards, and when I see the likes of all these players giving this award, I was like, wow. And Okocha did better far.
Yes,
but sometimes it's not just your individual performance, it's your luck. I mean, your soccer luck, if you ask me. Look at Giorgio gave Italy all he has as a footballer.
Won the Champions League
with Chelsea.
Won the Euros.
You understand? He even won the Euros. That's a fantastic one. You know, that's sensational. If you ask me, he would have retired at that moment with so much excitement.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
and these are things that a lot of players actually play their whole careers without tasting any of these individual or even collective accolades. So it's something for us to look forward to, and let's hope maybe if Lewandowski has the longevity last
possibly
maybe
for one more season, he might be lucky to get the Ballon d'Or. Possibly. Exactly. I honestly root for him, but for the fact that he didn't want it does not make him a bad player either.
Exactly.
He still have what it takes to offer. He still have what it takes to deliver.
Exactly.
If you have someone like Lewandowski in our own national team in the Super Eagles, like two of them, you'll be relaxed.
Exactly.
Just like Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba is very fantastic. It's very exceptional.
Exactly.
I know the harm he did to Man U in those days.
Exactly.
The rivalry days between Chelsea and Man U. So the likes of this kind of player just need to live to the test of time and get the luck that comes with football, so that they will end their career well.
So not just about talent, but also football luck as well. It has been 360 Sports on Trust TV, and we've been talking about from basketball to football to games and facilities and everything that has to do with sports at the moment. And of course, I was together with Sunday Onuyenu. And we have been actually discussing all these things, and it's a pleasure having you on the show this evening.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, so we look forward to having more collaborations.
Absolutely.
So this is where we wrap up 360 Sports on Trust TV. You do well to join us again for an interesting package of the program as well. I remain Ibrahim Yusuf. Thank you for staying with us.